Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name's Stacy. Sorry, you're gonna see my husband unpacking the groceries behind me, but that's okay. It's quieter out here because we're gonna start cooking. So this will give me a second to just record real quick. I hope everyone's doing okay. So while I was running around, I was listening to a lunch live from someone who had updates from the courtroom in the Sean Combs case. They did have a psychologist, because my husband and I have talked about it. They have to be able to explain, if not having a coercive control expert, at least explaining domestic abuse relationships. So they did have a psychologist that was able to testify to not specifically coercive control, because it's not her area of expertise, but a more general explanation of like victimization and domestic violence and things, that I learned when I was in school. She's basically telling the jury what we would have learned kind of in a summary course. She's doing it in a real quick time span. But I think that was important to try to get the jury to understand why some of these women stayed, especially when they were young and didn't have financial means to leave him, and he's holding their career in his hand. So I get it. So I do see more of the case for RICO and trafficking starting to take shape. I don't think he's getting off. I mean, my husband thinks he is. I don't know if it's just because, we watched the OJ trial and we're quite surprised that he got off. But, when you have a good defense, it's always possible. So, and our system of justice is based that we'd rather let one guilty person go free, or 10 guilty people go free than convict an innocent person. So it's why the rules of evidence are as stringent as they are. So the case is starting to take shape. I think that will allow them to get a conviction in the trafficking and the RICO. So that is good to see, because, to re-victimize a lot of these victims, and I hate that word, because if you've come through that kind of abuse and come out on the other side of it, even resembling a whole human being, you should be called a survivor, not a victim, because those are survivors. Victims won't show up to court. That's a survivor. Those were survivors. But anyway, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will see you in the next video. I got to go make some burgers and tater tots, and I'm debating about making soup. So I will see you later. I'm going to catch up on